You go. Everybody's ready. It's 6 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and call to order this April regularly scheduled. I'm sorry? Oh, thought you had some words of wisdom because I could use some right now.
You're going to be really disappointed.
Go ahead and call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Henderson County Board of Education for April 21st, 2025. Before we move along, I would just like to remind anybody that's here that wants to address this board for any matter that is not on the agenda, if you would fill out a form, give it to Ms. Robin. We'll give you time on the agenda to address this board for any matter. We have anything else? Anyone else? First item is to call for a moment of silence. We all know a lot of people around our area, as well as from here to eastern Kentucky, from northern Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, that have been affected by these floods and severe weather. If you'll join me in a moment of silence for those folks that have been affected and impacted, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Next item would be the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Lawson, you got some good-looking folks out there going to lead us in that Pledge of Allegiance.
Come up and ask everyone to stand, please.
What are you looking for, Wes? Nothing to eat back here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Waller and the board, I've got a few of our esteemed student ambassadors here. We all know and are so proud of this program. I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Trajan Davis. I'm currently a senior at the high school. I took part in the business program up at the high school, and I had a great time doing so. After I graduate next year, I plan on attending Lindsey Wilson College and majoring in business. And yep, those are my plans. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Anna Tishner. I am currently a senior at the high school, and I've been involved in the agricultural and nursing pathway. I plan to go to WKU and major in nursing. So.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Burris, and I took the construction pathway in high school, and I plan to go to Lindsey Wilson and major in business administration.
Hi, I'm Allison Rideout. I'm in the video studio production pathway. We make all the Kernel Media videos that you see. I plan to go to Oakland City, and I'm not sure what I'm going to major in yet.
Good evening. My name is Maya Blanford. I'm a senior at the high school. I'm part of the health science pathway, and after high school, I plan on attending the University of Evansville and majoring in psychology.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
We thank you all, and we appreciate what you do to bring the recognition to our community as well as our high school. We know that that's a rigorous endeavor, being an ambassador, and we appreciate the time and energy and effort that you folks put into it. Thank you so very much, and we appreciate you coming out here tonight, too. Thanks. Next item would be to approve the agenda. We've all seen the agenda. If everything's good with this agenda, I'd entertain a motion. We accept the agenda as presented. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Have a second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye. Vote unanimous. We'll go by this agenda then. Next item, Ms. Mortis. We've got student and staff recognition, please.
We'd like to recognize the Henderson County High School academic team tonight for being regional champions. Additionally, they placed second in quick recall at state competition. Ramsey Watson also placed ninth in language arts testing at the state competition. If the team and coaches would come forward at this time, and Mr. Sullivan, if you'd like to introduce your students once they are all here with Dr. Lawson.
Hey, before we get a picture, I wanted to just commend this team. When we say we pursue excellence, this group exemplifies that. In fact, it's excellence in all we do. To watch them compete in all of the content areas is really something special. And I've known Mr. Sullivan for a good long time, and the bar being held high by him for all these years. I don't even know how many, but a long, long time. And it's always been a relentless pursuit of excellence. And so, Coach, congratulations on academic excellence here. We know we do it in athletics, we do it in academics, and I love the competitive edge this team has. Do you mind talking to us a little bit about this team and the program?
Sure. Just want to say that I love what I get to do with this team. It's so exciting. I'll introduce everybody first. Down on the end, we have Mr. Chandler, who was part of our 2019 state champion team. And so he is now teaching at the high school and is one of the assistant coaches on the team and is a wonderful asset for us. Next, we have Brett Haley, who is a junior this year, qualified for state in math testing. He's a little underdressed, but that's because he came straight here from his tennis match that he won 8-0. So great job, Brett. That's right. Next, we have Andrew Harrison, who is a senior on the team this year and does social studies. Next, we have Kian Jung, who does math and science and a little bit of everything for the team. Next, we have Cadence Moore, who tests in arts and humanities. Here we have Ramsey Watson, who's another one of our seniors and the quick recall captain, and she does language arts. And right here beside me, we have our freshman Deacon Kitchens, who tested in social studies. It's a big deal anytime a freshman qualifies for state, so he did a great job for us this year. Both Kian and Ramsey were part of the quick recall team that placed fourth in the state last year and came back for their senior year to do some more damage. And they did an outstanding job. If you continue to win, you get to play 9 rounds at state. And the first night, we went in and played 5 rounds. We won the first 4 and lost the 5th one, and that's to set up the Sweet 16 bracket. So because we won the first 4, we lost the last one. We went as the number 2 team, and Blazer, which is way out east, went in as the number 1 seed. So we were on the opposite ends of the Sweet 16 bracket. We had to play Davis County the first time on Monday morning. And even though we were a much, much better team, it's always tough when you play these regional, local rivals. And it came down to the last couple questions, but when the pressure was on, they answered the questions and won the match. We had an easier round in our Elite 8 match, and then we get into the Final 4, and we played Covington Catholic. That kind of has a grudge against us because we knocked them out in the state championship in 2022 to win the state. And then we knocked them out last year in the Sweet 16. And on the last question, we knocked them out this year to make it into the finals. So poor Covington Catholic. I don't know. Not gonna throw them a loss though.
Keep knocking them out.
Yeah. And so then we got into the finals and we played Russell, which had a dynamic team this year. And we got down a little bit in the first half. We managed to pull within 3 questions with about 30 questions to go out of a 100-question match, and they wound up beating us in the end, but they had a great team. And so just outstanding courage just to keep on keeping on in the midst of very close matches. It is super, it's just as intense as any athletic event when it comes down to the last shot and it comes down to the last question. And it's extremely difficult to be the one who's like, this is my question, and hit that buzzer and be able to spit out that answer when all the pressure of the whole season is on you. There's no different than taking a last-second shot in the game. And so, you know, they played with a lot of fortitude and a lot of courage, and I couldn't be more proud of how well they did this year.
Thanks, Coach. Who's going to, Ms. Richmond, you want us to move over this way a little bit for our picture? Everybody take a step left. Can we do that? That center some more? Thank you, guys.
Dr. Lawson, did
Yeah,
they
to
have some
recognize the
parents?
parents,
or
yeah.
other
Oh, that's a
representatives
good
of
idea. Do we
family?
have parents here? Coach, let's bring the team back. I apologize. Let's bring our students back and bring your parents up here with you. Good idea, Mr. Waller. All the academic team parents, come on up here next to your student, and we'll get a picture together. One more hand. Thank you.
Congratulations to our district spelling bee winners. First up, we have Haley Brown from Bengay Elementary School, who won the K through 3rd grade division.
That's precious right there. I'll tell you right now, that's precious. I guarantee.
So proud. Congratulations, young lady. Do you remember what word it was that you won the competition on?
Incredible.
Ooh, she won the word. She won on the word incredible.
I'm not
I
sure
can think of a young lady who's pretty incredible. Mr. McGar, you want to give her medal? Can we get a picture of us, then we'll get our folks up here?
She didn't want to let go of that. I don't blame her.
She's lost between them.
Congratulations again, Haley.
Next up, we have Briar Martin from A.B. Chandler Elementary School, who won the 4th and 5th grade division.
Can we bring Briar's folks up here too? Looks like we've got a big family here. Come on, guys. Bring them all up here. We'll get a picture up here with them. While they're doing that, do you remember the word, the final word in which you won the championship? You think it was interrupt? Okay, very good. Let's kind of get him right here in the center, and y'all fill in around him. Some folks on that side, maybe. Over there.
Ms. Park, where are you? There you go.
Got one more. Ms. Park.
Oh, yeah.
give me this.
Come on, Ms. Park.
up there.
Congratulations, Briar.
And our middle school winner from North Middle School is Caden Alatori Neary.
Invite Mr. Roberts up. Caden, you have some family here? Come on up. We'll bring his folks up here too. Do you remember the final word? You don't remember? All right, I put you on the spot there. Sorry about that. Nice job. You want to stand right there on the HC? We'll fill in here around it. Congratulations, Caden.
This week, we proudly join the nationwide celebration of National Volunteer Appreciation Week, which falls within the National Volunteer Month. Throughout the week, our schools will celebrate their volunteers, but tonight we want to publicly thank our volunteers, each and every one of you. Whether you served as a coach, read to our students, chaperoned a field trip, helped in the classroom, or supported school events, you've made an impact. During the first half of this year, we processed over 345 volunteer applications. This number does not include all the community partners that have brought in donations, companies that celebrated birthday parties. By the end of the school year, we expect this number to be over 500 volunteers. So tonight, we want to publicly extend our deepest gratitude to all of our school volunteers during our Community Partner Spotlight. Thank you.
That's all of our recognitions, Dr. Lawson, Megan? Thank you. That's, again, I'm going to tell you, that's the most favorite part of the meeting, seeing the success that everybody brings in the recognition. Everybody's welcome to stay, or you can go ahead and leave. We've got a whole lot of exciting things to deal with in the next few minutes. Next item on the agenda would be to approve the minutes from our April 7th. Am I right? Oh, okay, yes. Was there anybody here that wanted to address this board for any matter that's not on the agenda? Nobody signed up? Thank you so much. Now, we need to approve the minutes from the April 7th special called meeting. We received those minutes prior to this meeting. Is there any question about them? So we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous. The next would be reports. The first one would be Mr. Blake Graham from RBS with regards to the Career Technical Education Unit. Come on in.
Good evening, everyone. So, just an update on where the CTE construction project is going. If you're aware, we've added 2 additional classrooms onto the CTE building, and during that, we have currently the exterior brick and stone has been finished. The entry steps have been poured, as have the classroom exit ramps. HVAC and electrical rough-ins are complete. Also within the project, we have worked on renovating the interior gang restrooms. Currently, the chase walls are being put up and constructed. HVAC and plumbing rough-ins are complete. Electrical rough-ins are in progress. Also, part of the scope of the project included a new roof over a portion of the existing CTE portion. In that, the re-roof is nearly complete. We expect to have that done within the next month. And the new gas line that has been hooked up is complete up on the top.
Do you have slides?
I'm sorry?
Do you have slides or anything you want to show? You really don't have no worries. I thought you were looking for something.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Blake. If you guys had time to go by there, it's really coming along nicely. We did some tours there with Henderson Economic Development earlier, I guess it was late last week, and they were so impressed with the work that's going on there to further even our already great CT unit. So appreciate RBS and all the work they're doing there.
It's looking good out there.
Yes, looking really nice.
Anybody have any questions with regards to the update? Okay, thank you. Next item would be a change order with regards to this project. Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone on the board. Tonight we bring to you is asking for your consideration is change order number 3 for BG 22506, which is for the renovation, CTE renovation project. This is a piece of the roofing that was originally not put in the scope of work, but after we got the roof put on, we realized we need to revisit and maybe revise and get another bid for the roofing underneath of our HVAC units. So when we pull the roof off and put the new roof on, then what we learned is some of our leaking wasn't coming necessarily from that. It's underneath the HVAC units that was not put in the scope of work. So we're looking to go back to remedy any of that information, or any of that issue with the leakage. And that change order comes to a total of $9,031. So asking for your consideration of approval of the change order number 3 on BG 22506.
That also includes a credit for about $900 too, doesn't it?
So it's 8,000. Yes, I'm trying to look through here. Looking through this. Let me go back to where that would be.
I don't mean to put you on.
Yeah,
the spot.
$8,131. Yes, that is
That's the
correct.
Total for the changeover with the
Yeah.
credit for the portions of the sinks we didn't need.
Correct.
Dr. Lawson, any comments?
No, I think this is reasonable. I appreciate Mr. Thompson and his team working on this. I request the board approve the change order number 3 for BG 22506 as presented by Mr. Thompson.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis, second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye, votes unanimous. Next item from Mr. Ross. Appreciate you. Is that right?
Good evening. I appreciate you all having me here. On the agenda tonight, we have 4 items, action items, for the South Middle School HVAC renovation project. The first one is to approve the schematic design development documents. We have taken it through SDDD combined and are ready to get approval of those so that we can move on to construction documents.
All 57 pages, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Keep
sir.
going. Can we can address this all in one motion, can't we, if you go through it? Is that all right with you, Dr. Lawson?
That sounds great.
Thank you.
The second item then is the approval of the BG2 and the BG3. The BG2 is the outline specification and energy design criteria. I think you all probably have a copy of that and have had a chance to look at it. But basically, it just outlines the energy. We're designing to meet Energy Star. We're exceeding ASHRAE 90. We're designing to be net zero ready, and then the use of ground source heat pumps, LED lighting, and occupancy control light sensors. So that is the BG2. The BG3 is the statement of probable cost. And it is just a breakdown of all the individual numbers as you go down through there, from site development, general construction, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, et cetera, and then all the soft costs. The third item is for the early demolition package. So we have completed the construction documents for the early demo package to occur over summer break. So we'll need to get approval on those, and then once those are approved, or if they're all in one motion, we would need approval to advertise to bid that project.
So I want to make sure I get all of these. I request the board approve BG 25-225 for the South Middle School HVAC renovation project. And 1A, the schematic design documents. 1B, the approval of BG 2 and 3. And 1C, the South Middle School HVAC renovation early demolition package.
Makes sense. Yes. Includes everything.
Yes, sir.
Have a motion. Superintendent's recommendation.
I move we accept that.
Have a second. Second, Mr. McGar. Any questions or comments with regards to what we're getting into?
For my own, well, who reviews all of this that is much more expert than we are about this sort of thing? You know, I've got an engineering background, but I'll tell you right now, I waded through as much of it as I could, and I'm not sure I understood all of it.
Backus, do you want to pipe up on that? I mean, HBC reviews it, but with the Backus doing the MEP design work on that.
Sure. That'd be great.
So we're the consultant to Ross Torrent, and so we are a consulting engineering firm in Paducah, Kentucky, and Lexington, Kentucky. And we have a team of engineers working on this. So you have 2 electrical engineers and 3 mechanical engineers. The building is large enough that it takes a team. But we have assessed the building, both what drawings you did have, but mostly by walkthrough investigation. We've been there on several visits. The scope has evolved to where it's now complete and steady, and we've been able to complete what is called design development. And so now we know what our costs are expected to be. So we have gotten that far along. Now we're entering into construction document preparation, where we'll prepare the documents to use construction manager method for delivery. We will be submitting documents to HBC for review, but that'll be when the CDs or the construction documents are complete. And then there will be inspectors on the job once we start construction that will inspect HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. And we'll have also just the state inspector that will be there to inspect ceilings and sprinkler system. So there will be many sets of eyes. One other set of eyes that's valuable to you all as a district is there will be a commissioning authority. This project's large enough, it requires a commissioning authority, so all systems will be commissioned to be sure they operate as intended so that we're getting our full energy savings. Does that answer your question?
This building's been around since 1954, and I'm sure there's been several changes and additions and renovations, and those kind of put you folks squarely in the middle of what in the heck is going on sometimes.
Sure.
And I can appreciate your questions, Mr. Alvis, and we appreciate the time, energy, and effort that you folks have put in to walk through there and to get us a sense of direction on what needs to be done, because we plan on having this building for another 100 years probably. It's been around for 75 or so. So there's a lot going on, and we appreciate the time, energy, and effort. And we appreciate the comments, Mr. Alvis.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you make a great point, Mr. Waller. That building has a lot of history in Henderson, Kentucky. We're so, we honor that. We're so proud of it, and it's so exciting to be able to, at this time, go back and do such a substantive project. But as you say, we know it's going to take a lot of collaborative work among the architects, the engineers, our facility people to make that building long-lasting.
We're on our way. Thank you so much. So we've got a second. We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, vote unanimous.
Thank you all.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next item would be a report from Mr. Miller with regards to the East Heights renovation project that we did our groundbreaking on earlier this week.
Yes, good evening. First of all, it's good to meet all you all. This is my first time here from Codell. I'm taking over for John Hagan on some of his stuff. But East Heights, my report will be very short today. So obviously, as you just said, we had the groundbreaking last week. That was ceremonial, but we have actually broken ground as well. So they started stripping topsoil, getting the temporary parking lot set up. Trailers been dropped. Something that you all can't see every day out there is work is obviously submittals are rolling. Those are moving along very well. And just looking forward in the future, about the next 1 to 2 weeks, you will start seeing concrete going in the ground. But as far as East Heights, that is all I have today, unless anybody has any questions.
We have a revision. Mr. Thompson, you want to discuss that?
Yes, we do have a revision to the BG1 for BG 24-164 for East Heights Elementary. The initial BG1 that was approved for the total project cost back in October was $17.5 million, and then after we got into schematics and we got in with all the engineers in January, our new BG1 was 25.4, and so the new BG1 actually is less, which it makes me happy. Our new BG1 is $25,171,872.25, and we ask your consideration for approval tonight.
Okay, we've all seen what's going on out there. Dr. Lawson, your comments?
It's exciting. We appreciate the ceremonial part. We appreciate the ground being broken. I think it's a very exciting time for East Heights Elementary. In Henderson County Schools, when we say we're going to provide extraordinary educational opportunities to students, much of that begins with our staff and our buildings and facilities. So this is just another way that we're pursuing excellence, and grateful to our community that continues to support it. I appreciate Mr. Thompson's leadership along with our partners at Codell. It's nice for the price to go down a little bit. We haven't seen much of that in the years past. So I'd request the board approve the revised BG1 for BG 24-164-164 for the East Heights Elementary project.
Technically speaking, we're building almost a brand-new school out
We
there.
are.
And this one has served us for a long time, since 1973, and it's going to continue, as will South Middle School. East Heights will continue to serve us for a long time with this addition. So you've heard the superintendent's recommendation.
So
Entertain a motion. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Have a second from Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye, votes unanimous. We're doing a whole lot around here, Dr. Lawson.
We are, and we're grateful, you know.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Miller. Next item would be Mr. Grace. Good to see you.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful celebration that we always do every other month. So, Dr. Lawson, board, thank you again on behalf of the high school. You do have my report. I won't go over it word for word. I know that's something you want me to do, but I'm gonna curtail that.
We'll go ahead and pass this time. You just hit the highlights for us. What do you
And
say?
again, I want to thank the technology department. My laptop has been working tremendously over the thing.
Where you at,
so
Chris?
Thank you again. I appreciate
He
that.
cried enough to you, didn't he?
Yep, it has. They've been taking care of us. So because we've gone to some digital ticketing, so that has been a thing that we've done, and that recently the VPR or VPN, is that correct? VPN. So we did have some glitches, but Tammy Sages and them worked us in that. So again, thank you to the technical department seriously for helping us through those. Just a couple points. We did hire a football coach, John Elliott. So again, I think he makes our 12th head coach. One of those coaches was a dual. He was here twice, so he's actually the 11th person, but our 12th head coach. We're looking forward to that. They started spring practice today. Was stopped by for a few minutes before I came. You should see the excitement out there on the turf. It was, again, I know we got some work ahead of us with graduating some seniors. Those young men didn't brag on themselves, and those ladies, because every one of them was also a student athlete as well. But we're excited for Coach Elliott and putting together a tremendous staff. So again, if you're anybody's interested in helping out in any way, we'll take that there. Boys basketball, what can we say? It's been 26 years, but again, we made it there. We had a good showing, faced a very challenging opponent. Looking forward to next year already. They're starting to work. I've already got their calendar on summer workouts. So again, Coach Smith-Hart and his staff is one of the best staffs we could put together. He has a lot of knowledge and a lot of great men leading our young men. So super proud of that team and their year. Girls basketball, again, a dominant force, 7th straight. They won their first game, got to that second game, ran into some very tall young ladies in Danville Christian, but again, held our own, didn't go down without a fight, never gave up. Expect, again, great things again next year. They just keep reloading. The Hale tradition, it just moves on. So again, shout out to them. Archery, we just completed the state archery tournament last week. I was fortunate enough to drive up and spend some time with those ladies and their coaches. We finished 7th. We had a couple young ladies that didn't shoot their normal average, and it kind of kicked us from about the 4th place down to the 7th. And in archery, it's only a miss of a few points here and there. And but Dixie Ann Nuremberg, she was our high archer again. She won the regional title, but she also was our high archer on the team. She finished 17th in the state. The team that won the state this year won both the boys and the girls, so I've tasked our coach to doing a little recon to find out what they're doing in that part of the woods to get it there, and so we're working on that. Again, baseball, we're on the uptick. We won 3 in a row. Coach Arntz, as a skipper out there, is doing wonderful things. Lots of great conversation, great work ethic going on out there. Had a few field conditions that we've gotten dried up with this rainy season, but again, they're firing all cylinders. Should be about 500 by the end of the week, and then moving up on hopefully winning a regional title this year. Girls softball, I don't know what to say about them, but they're 15-1. I was checking Game Changer before we started. Didn't want to do it while I was in the game, while you guys were meeting, but we were up 3-0 on Webster County earlier. So again, he's Troutman and his staff just keep doing the same thing, pursuing excellence, and their model has to change when you don't have the big hitters like they did last year. But we're seeing that game. We beat some really quality teams. And again, thank you to the board and the board office, the field renovations with the fencing project. If you've not been out to the softball field, is immaculate. The field is top notch. Next project, we're going to put a new flagpole out there just to get a little bit higher above the scoreboard to honor all the things that we do. But again, thank you again for that. We're hosting the tennis regionals, so that'll be coming in. That's something I don't think I put on there, but we are hosting regionals May 12th, 13th, and the 14th. So again, we kind of latched on that here at the last. Want to showcase our tennis courts and the renovations we had done there last year. Our track program, you see the stats that they're doing. They are running, we're hosting a middle school meet tomorrow evening on behalf of our middle school teams, hosting the all-comers and senior night on Thursday. So if you're around and want to come out and support some of our young athletes and our seniors, I think we have like 17 seniors on the track and field team. Again, thank you to the board on some support and matching some funds with us on some new pole vault equipment. That's one of our best events, I should say, that we have numerous state champions in. So again, thank you for that. And then the last thing is you stole the thunder on the academic team. Tremendous job that they're doing. They fall kind of under our umbrella of student services as well. Just year in and year out, just dominating this region and competing for state championships. Our band program, something that I wanted to add, we were working this morning on some tickets. We're doing, they did the indoor winds this year. That's a new program where there's competing kind of like marching band, but indoors on a gym floor, and had a very great season, won over at Davis County here at the end of their season, again with our color guard and our marching band. And if you got to go to any of our regional competitions and state competitions for basketball, you would have seen the pep band there and throughout the year as well. And just tremendous job that those ladies and young men do for supporting all the other things that we do. And they don't get enough credit, but again, wanted to shout at them. And then the choir's having the musical coming up on May the 3rd. So just kind of a few things to add on to that report. Thank you again. We're in compliance, we're working toward that, and hopefully we'll moving toward a new season next year. So thank you so much.
Any questions of Mr. Grace? Go ahead, Mr. Alice.
I was out at the YMCA on Wednesday during spring break, and there were a bunch of young ladies in softball uniforms out there in the cold breeze practicing. That's called dedication.
True that, and they are. They're all of our athletes are pretty dedicated, and you're spot on with that. They're putting in the work. They didn't get to travel. That's one of the things when you play high school athletics. If you're a spring or a fall sport, you don't get many vacations with your peers, and those ladies were here and dedicated and winning games. So again, but they're doing it the right way, and that's the one thing we like to say is we're doing it the right way at the high school with dignity and honor and trying to support what we do here is our core values. So again, thank you for all your support and everything that we do. So.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you, sir. Mr. Rush, next item on the agenda is school nutrition.
This wellness report is something, it's a formality required by the state every year. And so after consulting with my colleagues, we are hitting the highest marks on this. And so things are going well. And I think there's supposed to be possible opportunity for public comments. Is that this time or next time? Okay.
So you're wishing if anybody wants to comment with regards to the physical activities report, school nutrition, that they would make comment?
Yes, sir.
Any of y'all have any comments? Anybody in the audience have any comments?
Yeah, I do. It's sort of an off the wall. Having worked for the federal government for 30 years, that looks like the U.S. Department of Agriculture's got its fingers all over it.
Yes. A lot of federal requirements there.
Typical. Dr. Lawson, any comments?
It's a good opportunity to recognize all those folks that make sure our kids are fed, make sure that their physiological needs are met. early mornings, we've talked about our transportation department, among others, out driving roads, keeping people safe, those kinds of things. If you go to schools early in the mornings, there'll be people there making sure kids are fed, making sure kids have stuff to eat. If you walk through lunch line, you'll see smiling faces and people dipping
With
food.
the good food.
With good food. And so we're grateful for that, grateful for all those people. Thank you, Mr. Rush, for the report.
Thank you, Mr. Rush. Next item would be no old business to discuss. Under the new business, Ms. Wolf.
Good evening. First off, I want to look at the 24-25 amended calendar, which you have in front of you. Hopefully, this will be it for us. Knock on wood. I may have just jinxed us, but I have, this is the complete year here. So I just wanted to put before you tonight that this would be our official record for the 24-25 amended calendar. The one thing of note, I just want to make sure everyone sees, this makes the last day of school for students May the 22nd and closing day for staff May the 23rd.
Any questions with regards to this amended calendar? Dr. Lawson?
Just want to take a second to, again, to Ms. Wolf, to our oversight team, to transportation, to our technology department. They have studied this and studied it and used every single tool to promote student safety and student achievement, whether that be keeping them on NTI or doing a delay, doing an early release. There is so much thought and planning and detail put into this, and every bit of that begins with the student experience. So I just appreciate all the work they've done this year, and I just appreciate their pursuit of excellence in this calendar arena. I'd request the board approve the amended calendar as presented by Ms. Wolf.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation for approving the amended 24-25 calendar. Entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second. Second, Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye. Vote unanimous. Keep going.
Okay, and so the second piece I have on the agenda is the 25-26 amended calendar. Now, this is a little early. Normally, you wouldn't see an amended calendar for the next school year until that school year. But at our last board meeting, the board approved for us to reduce the number of instructional days from 175 down to 174. That being said, that required one minor adjustment with our 25-26 calendar, which had already been approved in December of 2024. So what this would be would to change some professional development days, which you can see there, but the big change would come at the end of the school year. This would take the last day of school would be May 18th, and closing day for staff, which is election day, would be May 19th. And you can see the changes on the old calendar. We actually had, on the old calendar, we actually had the 19th off and the last day of school, I believe, on the 20th. So this adds one additional professional development day, which you can see that reflected October 13th, and it bumps up the last day of school one day also.
Well done. Dr. Lawson?
Again, I think Mr. McGarr is on this committee, but there's a committee that works on this, and there's certainly a science to it. All these strategies are for better student outcomes, beginning with professional development for staff, looking at our assessment system, when our team can come back and respond to data, the breaks in which our students and staff need, and how to get the absolute most out of our team and out of our students. So again, appreciate Ms. Wolf's efforts on this and all those who contribute. And I'd request the board approve the 2025-2026 amended calendar as mentioned by Ms. Wolf.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Any questions?
So moved.
Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
So I think I've asked before about the timing of the spring break.
Yes.
Is it something that should be looked at as far as moving the time? Because there's that long stretch right between January and spring break.
Mm-hmm.
curious about the thought on that and the timing, maybe pulling up 1 to 2 weeks and.
Yes, so there's a few things. One is, and Miss Tracy, you can correct me, it's been about 10 years, I would say, that the board requested to have spring break the first week of April, okay? Now, there was some debate about that, whether it was the first week or the first full week of April, okay? So that's traditionally why it's been placed there. Another reason is we do not want to overlap with college spring breaks, which happen in March, and there's a few reasons for that. So that kind of, those are two things. The third thing, I don't have measurable data on this, but one of the things that's been mentioned before is that like some of our neighbors took an earlier spring break this year, 1 week earlier, and that families like to have a spring break that is in a warmer time. But we can definitely, if you have concerns about that or want us to look at it, we can definitely look at that in our calendar committee when we convene this year. That's absolutely something we can throw around and discuss.
I mean, it just, because I know we talked even in here before about that long.
It is a long stretch, and it's a tough time, yes.
Part of that
You're
used to be
right.
aligned with the KEA week or something,
Yes,
Kentucky
it was at
Education
one time.
Association, when they were meeting for 3 or 4 days or 2 or 3 days or something like that.
Yes.
And all that tried to be lined up together, and that's just in years past. I don't know that it lines up or not anymore. That just tells you how old I am, but.
Do I?
But we have a second from Mr. Smith on that. Other questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor of approval for the amended 25-26 calendar, please signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Votes unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Thompson, you've got about 3 items that you would need some approval on.
Yes, sir.
Work right down through those 3. I'd appreciate it.
Be happy to. I know that over spring break, you guys had an emergency call board meeting to approve the TBJ preschool, the water damage that we had as emergency, so we could move fairly quick through there. And so tonight, we are bringing you the BG1 for the preschool elementary emergency repairs in a total of $157,500. To give you an update, they started tearing sheetrock out on Friday. I walked over there before I came in here. They have all the sheetrock tore out, all the batten insulation, all the casework, everything out of there. They are, I'm going to guess, around 60% complete with new sheetrock. They should be done with new sheetrock tomorrow and start mudding. We have the floor folks coming in tomorrow to start tearing out the tile in the entryway. So tonight, we ask for your consideration on that BG1. Also, we have another BG1, BG 25339 on the football stadium lighting and sound renovation project. Football stadium lighting is old, really old, and it costs us a lot of money to run because the old style lights, and we would like to upgrade that to LED lighting. Also, if you're out there at any event, the sound is very difficult to hear. And one of the things that we did when we installed turf, then we have a lot more events out there. So improving the lighting, scope of the work, and improving the sound system, that total approval for the BG1 is $341,964. And then also, we have another BG1, which is BG 25346. On top of the red unit at the high school, we have 4 RTUs. We have had one in about January that completely played out on us, so we are needing to approve for your consideration this evening replacing that rooftop unit, and the total price on that rooftop unit is $397,576.20.
Dr. Lawson.
I'd request the board approve items, looks like 9C, 9D, and 9E as presented by Mr. Thompson.
Okay, you've heard the information from Mr. Thompson and the recommendation from the superintendent with regards to these three big projects that we're going to continue working on to improve our facilities. Are there any questions or comments?
I move we accept the motion.
Have a motion from Mr. Alvis. Have a second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, vote unanimous. Got a lot of work going on. I bet. Next item on the agenda would be the consent agenda. We have 6 items on there. We had bid recommendations for drug screens, medical service, safety and equipment inspections, audit service, banking service, and student accident insurance. We had approval for fundraisers for boys basketball and South Middle School Student Council. We had overnight trip requests for a high school HOSA as well as Upward Bound. Out-of-state trips have grant applications from Niagara and the Gifted and Talented. And we have approval for a shortened day for a special needs student. And then the independent auditor's contract with White and Associates who did our last year's audit. Is there any item on this consent agenda that needs to be pulled for discussion? Therefore, I'd entertain a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Have a second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, vote unanimous. Consent agenda is approved. Next item, Ms. Cloutier. We're spending a lot of money.
We got a lot of money too.
Absolutely. Looks good on that report. I saw it too, but it looks good.
Okay, the treasurer's report for the month of March includes total receipts of $29,583,729, which the majority of it, 24.8 of that, is bond proceeds for the East Heights project. So don't get too excited.
Well, I know where it's going.
Total expenses of $8,730,359 for a total increase in all funds of $20,853,370. Any questions on treasurer's report?
Let me make sure I understand. The 28 million, in other words, we sold bonds and that's the proceeds that is going into the building?
Yes.
Okay. Just to be sure.
Absolutely. Still showing 96 million in the bank too. Dr. Lawson.
If there are no questions, I'd request the board approve the treasurer's report as presented by Ms. Cloutier.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second, Ms. Williams. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, vote unanimous.
Excuse me.
Ms. Cloutier.
Okay, the pay warrant report covers the period March 18th through April 21st and includes total paid warrants of $5,158,241.54. Any questions on the paid warrants?
Anybody have any questions with regards to any of the bills that Ms. Cloutier included on this? Dr. Lawson.
If there are no questions on the paid warrant report, I'd request the board approve the paid warrant report as presented by Ms. Cloutier.
Okay, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion to approve the paid warrant report. Mr. Alvis. Second from Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, votes unanimous. We'll pay the bills. Robin, would you let the record reflect that we've received the personnel actions and they've been reviewed since the last regularly scheduled meeting? About to run out of gas here. And the next item would be I have a motion, Ms. Williams, to adjourn. I'll second that motion. We're done. Appreciate y'all being here. Hope you have a good rest of the day and the rest of the week. Thank you so very much. We ran through some stuff, didn't we? Mercy.